Israel isn't waiting anymore. The IDF is preparing to unleash its biggest military offensive in Gaza yet. Over 50,000 troops, a full-scale ground war, and a new strategy designed to finish Hamas off once and for all. There's going to be no more ceasefires, no more aid reaching Hamas terrorists. Just one objective: wipe them off the map completely. The Washington Free Beacon is reporting that Israel is launching a final assault on Hamas in the next 4 to 6 weeks. And this isn't going to be another limited strike or operation. We're talking about an all-out offensive designed to completely dismantle Hamas as a terrorist organization once and for all. And so here's what we're hearing. Here's the latest. We're looking at 50,000 IDF troops mobilized. Full urban combat in every Hamas-controlled neighborhood. No more half measures. Hamas gets wiped out block by block, tunnel by tunnel. This is a deliberate and systematic operation. It's going to be no more whack-a-mole strategy. The IDF's goal is total territorial control over Gaza, and they're cutting off humanitarian aid to any areas Hamas controls to stop them from stealing supplies and rearming. We're talking about a complete reset of Gaza, the most intense military campaign in decades. So why now, Aaron? Because Hamas has been stalling. They've spent 6 weeks during this ceasefire regrouping, rearming, and fortifying their positions. And while the world pretends Hamas is negotiating in good faith with these garbage stages and backdrops, Israeli intelligence has been tracking their movements. And let's call it what it is. Hamas isn't interested in peace. They never were. They're deliberately delaying, as I've been saying for the last year and a half, to rebuild their military infrastructure. The longer Israel waits, the harder it becomes to root them out. And that's why the IDF is making the call to move in now before Hamas can get even stronger. So the bottom line, Hamas never had any intentions to follow through on the ceasefire. And Israel isn't about to let them get another October 7th opportunity. So this is where it starts to get very real. And I want to talk about how the IDF is actually planning or will plan on going about clearing out all of Gaza. I want to hit this here nice and slow, step by step. First off, you've got northern Gaza, which is already heavily hit. But Hamas still has very deep tunnel networks from what we're hearing. And you've got central Gaza. This, in my opinion, will be the hardest fight. Hamas has spent years fortifying this region with underground bunkers, booby traps, and civilian human shields and the rest of those hostages. And the IDF is going to have to dig them out one block at a time. It's going to be a monster. And finally, southern Gaza, Rafah, the last stronghold. This is where the top Hamas leadership was hiding, and the rest of them are likely located. They're going to fight to the death. And the IDF isn't just rolling tanks through streets here. This one's going to be calculated. Multi-layered operation, like we say. Drones and AI-driven intelligence, pinpointing Hamas's locations. Tons of special operations from Yamam, She'et 13 Shel Dag Duvdevan, the Commando Brigade Oketz. They're all going to be hitting key targets with surgical strikes. And then full armor and infantry forces. This episode of the Aaron Cohen Show is brought to you by Merkava Coffee. This is the official coffee of the Aaron Cohen Show. When I served in the IDF, coffee wasn't just coffee, it was fuel. And in the special operations world, there were nights with no sleep, missions that stretched for days, and no room for mistakes. Coffee was serious, and it kept us sharp, locked in, and ready to move. And let me tell you something, I still take it seriously. And that's why Merkava Coffee, strong, no nonsense, battle tested, no fluff, no gimmicks, just good, bold coffee for the people who need to be at their best. And if you start your day like I do, like it's a mission, you know why this matters. Hit the link down in the description and grab yourself a triple order and help keep the lights on and support the Aaron Cohen Show. Appreciate you guys. We'll move in to secure control over entire cities. This isn't a simple in and out operation. This one here's a monster. Very calculated, brutal elimination of Hamas with zero escape routes left for these terrorists. So question, Aaron, let's say Israel wins. Hamas is now gone. Then what? Who takes over Gaza? That's a big one that's been circulating. I want to take a shot at that. So right now, there's two options. The Palestinian Authority takes over, just another terror group. That's all they are, which is weak, corrupt, criminal, murderers. Or the Israeli military maintains presence until something more stable is in place. But here's the reality. Israel pulls out too fast. Another terror group will take Hamas's place. If Israel stays, then the world, what do? They end up screaming, occupation. Even though Hamas was the real occupation force, I promise you they were never elected. They took power. And Iran and Hezbollah want Gaza to fall into chaos. And if Hamas is wiped out, they will try and step in. This isn't just about Israel. This is about stopping the Iranian terror network from setting up shop in Gaza the same way they've done in Lebanon and the same way they've done in Syria. Look at the patterns. And the world will demand Israel leave, but Israel cannot afford another October 7th. The question is, does Israel have the will to hold its ground? Amongst all that public pressure, I say yes. Watch us. But I want to hit this again. This war isn't just about Israel. This is about every democracy fighting radical Islam. And if Israel stops short, Hamas wins, Iran wins, and the West loses. And if you think that's just Israel's problem, I promise you think again. It's the same people supporting Hamas today will be pushing for the next terror attack in the U.S. and in Europe tomorrow. We've already seen them popping off all over Europe. This ideology doesn't stop at Gaza's border. This spreads. It infects. It's a disease. And if it's not crushed completely, it comes back even stronger. There is no diplomatic solution to Hamas. It's a two-state illusion. There's no coexistence with Hamas. The only solution is complete elimination. And if the world doesn't like it, too bad. Because after October 7th, Israel isn't taking any more chances. I want to close it with this. To Cohen's commandos out there, you people have been with me since the beginning of the show. If you want these real stories behind what's happening in Israel, you know where to find them. You come here to the Aaron Cohen Show. No mainstream left-wing radical media spin, just facts straight from IDF Special Operations veteran who's been there. Do me a favor, make sure to like, subscribe, support the show. Hit the link below and grab yourself a 3-pack of Merkava coffee. It's the official sponsor of the Aaron Cohen Show. Helps keep the lights on in the studio. We're completely independently produced, and every bag purchase helps support the show. I promise you this coffee is incredible. It'll help me continue to combat that garbage anti-Israel misinformation and propaganda that's out there. And it'll also help keep the lights on when you start your day like I do. Mission focused. If you treat every morning like it's a mission like I do, start with a proper cup of Merkava coffee. I promise you it's going to turn the lights on. And it is fantastic with the French press. Hit the link down in the description. Grab yourself a 3-pack. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to come back to this developing operation as more information comes in. I want to thank you guys for watching this one. It's going to be a monster, so keep an eye out. I'm Aaron Cohen. You're watching the Aaron Cohen Show, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.